How's it going, guys? Awake since 5 a.m, 2 coffees in, and what a way to start the Rugby Championship this weekend. My word, what a game, and well done, Australia. Yo, the fight, the desire, just that pure grit to come through and win. Yo, I want to break this game down. Please like, subscribe, it really does help the channel grow. And let's get into it. Now, like I said, the Australians just found that extra little bit of energy. They found that extra little bit of fight. That second half, they really put the works to Argentina, and I mean they went in 21-7 down, 21-7 down, and they only allowed Argentina to bag 3 points in the second half. 3 points in the second half. The Australians really came through, and they put the hard work in. They were running their lines absolutely brilliant. The substitutions were on point. They really made a very big difference. I'm a huge fan of Jeremy Williams. I think he was absolutely phenomenal as well, and yeah, this really does go to show what Schmidt is doing well. He's actually making so much progress. A lot of these players are coming on and really putting in the work. They are getting the performances, they are getting the results. As we saw here, they found a way to get that result, which was well worth it. Honestly, I was expecting Argentina to come away with the win, especially 78th minute. It was 24-21, and I was like, Argentina's got this. They have this. They're gonna see this out. Obviously not. The Australians, they pushed and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed, and they honestly, I was just saying, look, just go for the draw. Look, go for the draw. Go for the kick. You have the penalty. Go for the draw. But resilience. They were stubborn. They were really stubborn, and it showed. It paid off, and they came away with a huge win over Argentina. A massively contested game. Unfortunately, I do feel that Argentina's they were their own worst enemies, conceding a lot of unnecessary penalties, especially in that second half. The amount of times that we ended up seeing them offside, ridiculous. We saw them offside so even in the build-up to Angus Bell's last try. Offside, multiple offsides. Unnecessary penalties, and it just kind of felt like that was the way that it was going. Argentina, they played very well. They put in a very good performance. Mataro obviously is just an absolute beast and an absolute monster, but it just felt like, especially in that second half, Australia tightened up. They really started getting their their S together, and Argentina started to crumble. They started to crumble at crucial points. Honestly, the amount of loose balls that was there, the amount of passes that were just horrible throughout the second half was kind of crazy. But this is the sign of a winner. They find a way to win, and that is exactly what they did. No matter the odds, no matter the score, they found a way to win, and this is very promising signs from the Wallabies. Right, Suali'i putting in an absolutely stellar performance, bagging himself 2 tries, and showing why he's one of the best damn players in world rugby, especially when it comes down to going forward. Absolutely scary human being. Same thing with Wilson. Absolutely scary human being. And Argentina, they were good to a certain point, but Australia figured them out. Especially in that second half. They put the brakes to them, and they just started putting in a huge shift. And like I say, once those substitutions came on, they just made the world a difference as well. They made the world a difference. They brought in that extra little bit of energy, that extra little bit of kick, and yeah, even though Australia started off very strong, they ended up going behind quite heavily before end up pulling it back. Now, this is up against Argentina. They are a top side, and we saw the work that Australia put in up against South Africa. So it's too early to say if Australia is back, right? But the signs are definitely there. So just to break down the game, we saw tries from Del Gui and Carreras. Carreras also bagging himself 3 penalties, and Malia with 1. In terms of Australia, they got tries from White, Swali'i ×2, and then Angus Bell at the end. And my word, what a hard-fought try that was. I was on the edge of my seat. Just, I didn't even know what to think. All I was thinking was, push and push and push and push. You're gonna get it. Argentina, they crumbling, they breaking their form, they're giving up unnecessary penalties. Keep pushing, and then they get another penalty, and it's like, yo, okay, keep going. And then I think it was Nongor. Nongor. He ended up going. He went down, and then that little bit of space opened. For Angus Bell just to push through and get that, bag himself a try. And my word, how everything erupted was fantastic. Like, that was bloody amazing. I don't support Argentina and I don't support Australia, but my word, I was supporting there. When I saw Angus Bell go over for that try, my word, that was amazing. What a game. What an absolute game. Argentina put in the hard work, but they crumbled at the end. They really crumbled, and Argentina, they got a lot of work to do, but this also goes to show how far they are coming in terms of their rugby, how far they are coming in terms of growing rugby as a sport in their country. Obviously, Argentina is dominated with football, with the likes of Messi, and it's dominated with football. But the leaps and strides that Argentina is making in terms of rugby is ridiculous. The quality of talent that they are producing is ridiculous. I mean, just look at Juan Cruz Malia, look at Del Gui, look at Mateo Carreras. Ridiculous talent, and if they continue like this, they're going to become real nightmares. I mean, we've seen them play up against the All Blacks, coming through with a win in the second test. There's a lot of promise here. Argentina fell short, especially in the second half. They really put in a hard shift, but Australia were the better side in the second half, and they were more dominant, and they made that risky move. Which ultimately paid off. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want to know what your reaction was when that final try went over. Whether you're Argentinian, whether you are Australian, what was your reaction to that final try going over? Because I was jumping, like I felt like a spring. I was going back and forth and left and right. I was up and down. Yo, what a bloody try. So, guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.